are walking up the stairway to ABC No Rio.
This is a new show. This is the first time they had KCON, so you know it's obviously like more opportunities to tell people about your stuff. So of course we jumped on this one.
This is a guy trying to entice a sausage to give him anal, and this is part of the House of 12 comic scam. This is what it usually devolves into.
We're a collectively run zine library that contains approximately 12,000 items in it. One of our rationales, like if you can find this somewhere else, then you know, why would we hold it? We're going to hold things that are not going to be sort of cataloged and collected in other spaces and libraries.
So when people come to the zine library, can they check zines out, or do they have to stay here?
They have to stay here. Yeah, it's more of a reading room and an archive than a lending library. So people have to come in here and stay in here, but people can bring in, scanners or, things if there are specific things they want to photocopy. So we think of ourselves as, again, a kind of research center, too, for people, and an archive for that. Mm-hmm. This might be left behind as ephemera at a time where things are going online and things are becoming digitized. I like not only preserving the materials themselves, but preserving them in such a way that is part of a social center or social space. That then becomes a space where people can come and relearn or learn for the first time what this thing called zines are, this phenomena. And
we basically come to this bar once a month, we drink a lot, and we pass around sketchbooks. Each person looks at the panel before them and adds to the story. Sometimes it's coherent, sometimes not so much.
It all turns into penis-y shit jokes.
Yeah.
I love this because, you're really challenged to, use your wits and come up with something from based on the previous panel and hopefully take it in, even a crazier direction.
The guys who actually started doing Jam Comics, like the original underground guys,
right?
You look at their Jam Comics, and it is, panel 1 is a dude walking on the street. Panel 2 is he gets hit with a giant fucking cock.
yeah.
This is the tradition. Cartoonists are about dicks, and they are about farts and burps. And it's all juvenile 13-year-old humor, and
right?
Because we're all retarded.
Oh, I wasn't.
And I don't mean retarded. I mean we're all socially retarded. Which is, of course, a bigger insult.
Lately, it seems like there's a resurgence in the interest in zines, as well as probably the making of zines. But I think there's a resurgence in that interest because I think it's part of a resurgence in interest in DIY culture more generally, be it music, be it writing, be it film.
I do everything at Kinko's because I just, I'm not like a control freak. I just don't see, I don't feel comfortable giving somebody a box of my stuff and then coming back in a day or two and everything's going to be fine.
Are these stenciled or
those are screen prints.
Screen.
And I do them as editions. I started doing, this was the first one I ever printed the cover. And I guess I've just kind of gotten more and more into really making the covers. I think it's really nice. nice to like have a print as well as a comic.
Just encouraged to by people in the industry and other cartoonists, just saying, you know, don't wait for a publisher, just start putting things out. You know, you can give it so I just started Xeroxing things and bringing them to stores, bringing them to conventions. You know, it's been pretty good.
Like in junior high school, when I first started like really drawing stuff, I was drawing like my own superheroes and stuff, and I just didn't feel like they made a lot of sense. I was just like, oh, man, if I had superpowers, I wouldn't wear like a ski suit or anything, you know? I'd like wear like my regular clothes and stuff, and like I just got like step by step further away from that, and eventually I just like discovered that there were comics that you're allowed to just draw a comic about dudes hanging out. So I was like, yes, sign me up for that one.
Well, I mean, I've always been interested in comics, and I went to school for animation.
Okay.
So there's kind of a, you know, both comics and animation kind of work together sometimes with the storyboards and everything.
You see a lot of per-zines, right? So personal zines, things that, you know, which are not just about kind of diary writ large, but often what we find, the things we look for are zines, per-zines that connect personal life to something broader, some social issues, political issues, often around gender and sexuality, or race, or class, being an outsider, being a kind of, you know, feeling marginalized in the society that desires a certain kind of normalization.
I lived in England for a year as part of like a junior year abroad, and I felt really alone and like kind of miserable, and so like I started drawing a lot there, and like I kind of developed this little character of myself as this little ragdoll.
Okay.
It's me.
Okay.
And then I was like, well, if I'm drawing myself, I should probably just like draw myself. Kind of like out of doing this auto-bio stuff, I started like doing a lot more fiction stuff. So like lately I've been doing this 5 pages a week of this like post-apocalyptic New York in the year 2003. So like, you know, the genre of like an old action movie.
Can I actually flip through that a little more? Wow.
And so I've been trying to do more fiction stuff.